Hey everyone, this is Max at MaxCTCG. Thanks for joining me in another video. So in this video, we're actually looking at some new Chazz manga support. So it should be pretty cool. We got some cool looking dragons here from the image. Become the Lord of Light and Darkness with Chazz manga support. I'm pretty excited about these cards. And let's see if they're any good and if they help anything out. You know, dragons did get hit pretty hard on the ban list with losing Borlode Savage Dragon, as well as the hits from the world competition where Polly Aronson won with Dragon Link. So looks like I think Dragon could use some help. So let's see if this helps him out at all. Alright, so first card that we're seeing released in Japan during one of their live streams. It's going to be an Infinite Forbidden. We have Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. Level 10 Light Dragon Fusion and Effect Monster. Attack 3400, defense 3000. 1 level 8 Light Dragon Monster plus 1 level 8 Dark Dragon Monster must be fusion summoned. While face up on the field, this card is also a dark attribute. Once per chain, when a spell/trap card or a monster effect is activated, quick effect, this card loses exactly 1000 attack and defense, and if it does, negate the activation. If this card is destroyed by your opponent, you can target one dragon monster in your grave, special summon it. I think this is a pretty cool card. We're going to have to see how easy it is to summon. There are some good level 8 light and dark dragons, so it's not necessarily impossible to fusion summon this with having decent targets for it. The fact that it's kind of like a Omni Light and Darkness Dragon, since it can negate spell, trap, or monster effect, that's cool, but it's not a win, so this card loses exactly 1000 attack and defense whenever this happens. So it'll be, I think, you or your opponent in this case, so you have to be careful to not trigger it. But it is once per chain, so like if your opponent activates something and then this negates it, you can activate something because it's in the same chain and it won't negate. So that's pretty cool, and I like that it has this kind of recovery effect, because usually it's just like Apollo, so you want to kind of get the negations out of the way, that way you can lower its attack and then attack over it, and this will get you some follow-up, you know, recurs and defensive options, something in the grave, which is pretty cool. So I like that a lot too. Alright, let's look at the next cards. We have Light and Sublimation Dragon. I believe these are actually based off Synchro monsters, but now they're main deck versions. I recognize the dark version, the Dark End Dragon, so that's pretty cool. We have Light and Sublimation Dragon. Level 8 Light Dragon Effect Monster. Attack 2600, defense 2100. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. First effect, you can banish one level 8 Dragon monster from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except Dragon monsters. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters in your hand or field as material. And when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can make this card lose exactly 500 attack or defense, and if it does, that opponent's monster loses 1500 attack. So this is a pretty interesting card. It seems really easy to summon. You just banish a level 8 dragon from your extra deck. You just banish one of your synchros. Just special summon this card easily onto the field, and then you could fuse to make the fusion we have up above, so that's really cool. And also kind of as a protection effect, similar to what we see with people trying to protect Appaloosa with Link Creeble before. Your opponent declares an attack, make this card lose attack and defense, and then it makes the opponent lose more. So kind of interesting synergy we have here between the two cards. Overall, I think a very solid extender and easy to play, but it does lock you into dragons. We'd probably again see this in a very dragon focused deck. So we still have a few cards left. So this is the next main deck dragon. We have Dark End Evaporation Dragon. Level 8 Dark Dragon Effect Monster. Attack 2600, defense 2100. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can banish one level 8 dragon monster from your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon the rest of the turn except dragon monsters. You can activate one of these effects. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field material. And the other effect is target one attack position monster. This card loses exactly 500 attack defense, and if it does, destroy that target. So this also gets the option to be a fusion based card like the first one, but this one gets the chance to lower its own attack to destroy a card on the field. So again, pretty easy to summon, but again, you're dragon locked. So I think this could be a solid card in dragon, and we're looking to have some good potential. I'm liking the cards we're seeing so far. Alright, so next we have Night Armed Dragon. Level 3 Wind Dragon Effect Monster. Attack 1400, defense 1900. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you special summon a level 5 or higher dragon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can make its attribute and level become one of your banished dragon monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one dragon monster you control. It gains 1000 attack. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So this is a really cool card. It seems to work really well with the first two, because all you got to do is summon one of them, and you can special summon this out of hand. And then when it's special summoned, you can make its attribute and level become one of your banished dragons. So if you have the Dark Dragon that you're specialing out, you would just banish a level 8 Light Dragon monster from your extra deck. And then this one can become a level 8 Light Dragon, and then you could just fuse with either one of these dragons to make the Light and Darkness, which is really cool. And then when it's sent to the grave, you can make the Light and Darkness Dragon Lord. You can make this card gain 1000 attack, you can get more negates. I think it'll go to 4400. So pretty cool synergy if I'm understanding it correctly. I think that's really cool. I'm liking how synergistic these cards are. And then we have Dragon's Glory of Light and Dark, quick play spell. Activate one of these effects, but you can only use each effect of this card's name once per turn. Shuffle one level 8 dragon monster from your hand into the deck, and if you do, add one level 8 dragon monster with a different attribute from your deck to your hand. Target one dragon monster you control, it gains attack equal to its level times 200. And when a card or effect is activated that targets a dragon monster you control, negate that effect. So this card's pretty interesting. You know, the wording on it is that you can activate one of these effects, but you can only use each of this effect's name of this card once per turn. So it sounds like you can activate this card multiple times, but you only get to use one of the effects each time. So you can, shuffle an 8 or higher into the deck to get another level 8 or higher dragon. Your deck to your hand. So if you draw Legionnaire and you can't use it, or you draw another dragon you don't want to use, you can easily just get it for the right one, which is pretty cool. But overall, the two dark and light dragons that we saw were level 8 seem very easy to summon, so I don't know if you need to swap them out. You can target a dragon monster you control and it gains attack, so maybe helps with some damage. You can increase attack based off its level, so that'll help it with gaining more attack points to have another negate for the fusion. And then you can also stop it from being targeted, which can be cool. So not a bad card. I'm not sure if it would see play. It seems a little win more necessarily, or kind of like this control, protect this kind of castle type strategy, but not a terrible card. But I'm not sure if we would see this get played, because I don't know if you really need to swap out any other cards. So this card kind of needs setup all the way around. So overall, what do you guys think of the support? I'm thinking this seems really solid overall, and it's some nice synergy. We'll have to see how much this can do in dragon decks and what it kind of adds to the table, but I'm excited to see, and I think it looks pretty good. If there's something I'm missing with some synergies that you guys want to point out, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear. Or if you think my take on this is that these cards are actually not very good, let me know, because I am curious to see what you guys think. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and I'll see you there.